How's it going, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you from the car studio. Man, today has been one of those days where I woke up with a massive headache. I took care of it right away, though, but just kind of just a little bit off. And nonetheless, still here, pushing and slugging and whatnot. What's up? And I've noticed that no matter how much you work as an artist, there's always something new you have to go, beyond. They say every level of thanks. Every level of success that you want to achieve, you have to reach you have to change your thinking, right? It requires a new you. Every level requires a new you, and I think this is what I'm going through right now. It's been a new perspective. A new perspective. I've also noticed that every level not just requires a new you, but it requires you to be extremely positive. To be extremely positive. And that's not easy to do. That's not easy to do when you feel like the work is heavier. It's not easy to do. But then you get tempted. It's easy to get tempted also into thinking that if you do less, somehow, if you do smart work, I've expressed this before. If you do more smart work, somehow that's going to, make things better. There's a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff that goes through our minds that we're not aware. I think it's part of the paradigms. I think it's part of growing and understanding, and it's part of the paradigms. Sometimes growing looks like you're going backwards a little bit. Sometimes that's what it looks like, but I don't know. I think you should always strive to do more, regardless of what it is. Always do more. Always do more. And that is something that is not popular. The idea of doing more is not popular. The idea of balance is more popular. But you see, here's what I've come to understand. Every time you don't do more, your level of confidence drops. There's some sort of fear that doesn't allow you to do more. It's a paradigm. It's a personal mental paradigm. And fear creeps in. If you're not doing more, fear will creep in, and then you're going to do less. And every time you're going to do less. And then the next day, you're just going to do a little bit less, and you're going to get to a point where you're like, how did I get here? Because you start unplugging things, little by little. It doesn't happen overnight. So one of the things that I've learned from a mentor is you gotta stack more things in your day. And this is not a popular thing. Because most of us believe that we have to do less. It's actually a belief out there that you have to do less. You have to do less. Almost everybody's looking for that holy grail of, man, how can I sell a painting for, $10,000 in 1 month? And that's fine. And repeat that every month. How can I do that? So everybody seems to be looking for that holy grail. How can I get there, do less, and everything be fine? How can I just work on one painting that people will buy for $10,000 or more, and just create one every month, that I can do, by the way, that it won't take me the whole month. It'd take me like maybe an hour a day, or maybe a couple of days to do. And it's sort of it mystifies most of us. There's sort of this idea, that mystifies all of us into thinking that that's somehow going to it's going to work like that. It's going to happen. That's the way things happen. So we get suckered into it. We get suckered into believing things like that. Does it happen? I don't know. I'm sure it does. Does it happen to everybody? Hell no. It doesn't happen to everybody. It doesn't happen. I don't even think it happens to a handful of artists. Maybe one bastard out there got lucky, and the rest of us think that that's going to happen for us. I don't know. I don't even think it happens for a long period of time. If it happens to someone, it might happen, maybe a few months, maybe a year. I don't even think it's a sustainable thing. Nothing that if it doesn't require attention and work and always being on the edge. And what I mean being on the edge, I'm talking about like always needing more of you. Like, oh man, Facebook ads came out, Oh, I gotta do that because if I don't do that, my business is not, people are not gonna pay attention to my business. That's what I mean by always being on the edge. If you're not always on the edge, if you're not always learning new stuff, if you're not moving forward and figuring things out, there is no such thing as push and play. This is what I'm trying to say. There's no such thing as, oh shit, I figured this out. All I gotta do is keep doing this. That's like the kiss of death. It's the kiss of death. I figured things out. All I gotta do is just rinse and repeat forever. It doesn't work like that. What's working right now on Instagram may not work, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. What's working on Facebook might not work, days from now or months from now. It's the kiss of death. And we don't snap out of it. As artists, many times we don't snap out of that. We think that, oh shit, I have a gallery and it's going well. Yeah, but what makes you think that that's a sustainable thing? What makes you think that that's going to be for life, or that's going to be even for a year? I got this great gig over here. Great. Most people just want a handful of buyers, and having a great, list of buyers, and then that's it. We all want to play the high end game. Like, oh man, if I just get 100 great buyers, I don't have to worry about anything else ever. Yeah, that's very noble. It sounds amazing. But that's not the real world. Things change. Economies go up and down. Things move. So you have to always, this is something that as I'm talking to you guys, I'm reminding myself. If we don't stay in the offensive, not in the defense, in the offense. If you're not in the offensive, if you're not playing offense, you're gonna lose. Always got to play the offense. Always got to. You got to be the spear. In business, you always got to play offense. Never play defense. It's almost what I've come to understand is if you play defense, you're gonna lose. You have to always go attack. You have to go get new business all the time. You have to go get new gigs, new things happening, because it's brutal. It's brutal. And what's more brutal, it's your mind. Your mind is the most brutal one. it'll sucker you into not believing in yourself, even if you're winning. So you gotta check that, keep that on check. All right, guys, I'll let you go. My name's Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. Take care. Bye bye.